All right, champ, let's get into some entertainment. I mentioned this to you last week. Favorite Ludacris track. I know you from Columbus, Georgia, but you love yourself some ATL. What is your favorite Ludacris track?
Favorite Ludacris track. All right, let's do it. Let's get into it. Uh, I don't do it for the cars and the fancy drops. I do it for hip hop. That album, Theater of the Mind, is when you really saw how great of a lyricist that Ludacris was. Normally, you see all the hits that he had, but when Theater of the Mind came out, you seen how really great he was as a lyricist, and that was on that album and War with God. You saw how great of a lyricist that he was. And man, look, Ludacris, man, I gotta Ludacris made everybody want to get a Cadillac when we was younger, man. When we talk about Cadillac grills, that was amazing. On Southern Hospitality, another hell of a track, by the way, man. Cadillac grills, Cadillac 3. I mean, it goes on and on. It's unfortunately that this generation doesn't remember Ludacris, how great of a rapper that he is, as much as they remember him all Fast and Furious. So, I
Or them
mean,
State Farm commercials.
yeah, all them State Farm commercials. But I gotta say, I do it for hip hop. I gotta say, War with God, that was a good one. And he was a hell of a battle rapper as well. And if you don't believe that, just ask T.I. Pimp and be easy. Quit catching feelings because you worth a couple of $100,000 and I'm worth millions. So, hey, man, Luda, hey, I salute you, Luda, man. You made my childhood very, very great, man. So, hey, a lot of it's too many to choose from, but I say, Theater of the Mind, that whole album was great, but I have to go with I Do It for Hip Hop. And that one was great.
What's your fantasy? Love that track.
Yeah.
The remix of Splash Waterfalls.
Okay.
I like that one. I didn't like the original one, but when you did the one with I keep forgetting the singer from the group.
Raphael Sadiq.
Yes. That was a great track. The beat, the melody, I love that one. Pimping all over the world.
Yeah.
Especially with Cat Williams at the end of the song talking about pimping, pimping, pimping.
Yes, he did.
I love that one. That was a great track. But Luda definitely got the style, the swag, man. I mean, the cornrows back in the day, like he rocking right now. He was one of the reasons why I wanted to wear cornrows other than Allen Iverson. So
Yeah.
definitely. But ATL, man, they got some great rappers. But Luda was your fantasy. And another song, although it's not really his, he was featured in that song with the great Missy Elliott, 1 Minute Man.
Yeah.
Love the track. Love that track, man. But hey, nothing better than late '90s, early thousands music. That was like rap back in the day.
Hey, Luda, man, that was special, man. That was real, real special, man. That was a special time to be from the state of Georgia because guess what, man? All those guys from him to T.I., to Pastor Troy, all of those guys, they wore their Atlanta Falcons gear, they wore their Georgia Bulldogs gear. That was a special time, man. And you know what, man? Another track I gotta give him credit for. I mean, call up the homies, it's about to go down. I think that one was a good one too, man. Ludacris if you really look and pay attention, Ludacris got some bangers. I mean, and I go back to this. It was during one of the most competitive times in hip hop, man. Think who he had to compete with. He had to compete with Nelly. He had to compete with M. He had to compete with Dre. He had to compete with Jay-Z. Had to compete with the Locks. Had to compete with Jadakiss. I mean, when you looked at BET and MTV back then, it was loaded. I mean, it was just
URL 106 in Park and Rap City back in them days.
yes. I mean, and hey, his verse on the Youngblood song, hey, that one was special as well. So, I mean, when you think about some of the features that he did, when you think about all of the, I mean, and what was so special about that is you on Theater of the Mind, ironically, you got to see him and T.I. team up. And that was special, man. I mean, that was a special time to be from Georgia, man. I mean, it was a very special time. And it was before the social media era, man. It was well before the social media era. And the world would not know about Southern hospitality if it were not for Ludacris, because he taught everybody how to throw them bowls. So that was special, man. That was special.
Although there's one song I won't say the track, say the word, move, get out the way. Love that one.
And let's not forget about the other song too, man.
Oh yeah, we can't forget about the other. We know the other songs, but I did like the one he did with Mary J. Blige, "Runaway Love." That was a great one too. That was a hell of a song too, especially with the lyrics and then Mary J's voice. I love that one.